Hello, everyone. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Hi, Ms. Johnson.
Hi, good evening.
How we doing?
Good, good, good.
Hey, Mr.
Thank you for
Johnson.
earlier.
These guys, man. Oh my goodness. I was telling Ms. Johnson today, like, don't you the Johnson family at St. Mark, we got a couple months left and it'll be the end of an era. It's crazy.
Yes,
Absolutely insane,
the
mind-boggling.
end of an era. Imagine.
Don't worry, we'll have something nice planned for graduation.
I hope so.
That'd be nice. Believe it. We're thinking about it. And even like, there's going to be a pin ceremony in May, and we'll make sure we send off the kids right, and
Okay.
honor you like
I know you will.
commitment.
I know you got to keep up those good vibes, those good St. Mark graduation vibes.
Oh yeah, we got legendary graduations.
Even in the pandemic.
That's right. That's right. Well, hopefully by then we'll see where things are at. But I think we do some stuff. Given what we've been able to do in person, in our school, I'm excited.
Yeah, I was just saying, it's just a blessing how everyone, how we're still able to connect. The Instagram live
yeah,
we're still in touch with everything, and you keep us posted. I just continue to thank you for that.
Oh, come on. But I have fun with it too, if you can't tell. Oh man.
No.
Hey, Mr. Gilliam. Good to see you. Good to see you, sir. Been a minute. We'll give everybody about 2 more minutes. We'll start right at 6 o'clock.
I didn't realize I was on mute.
Oh,
how have you been?
What's that?
I said, how have you been?
Oh, you were the man. Thank you for asking. I'm better now that you asked. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Blessed. We got great parents like you, teachers, students. We've been doing great. I'm really,
we got to find a way to make it work.
That's it. And we've been doing it. It's good. How are you doing? How's school?
It's school.
Yeah.
It's coming with its challenges, but we're pushing through.
Good. Miss Singleton, I'm gonna get to your email. I haven't got to it yet, but I'm gonna get to it. I saw you and I was like, oop, I got an email in my inbox.
Miss Singleton. Okay, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Apologies for, I usually try to hold myself to the 24 hours. I think I'm a little bit over right now, but I'll get to you.
No worries. I understand.
Nah, yeah. It's good. All right, we'll give everybody 1 more minute. All right, and this is all being recorded. We'll put it on YouTube and send it out to people too if they didn't make it here. Be able to see it later on, see all the witty banter, all the good stuff. All right. All right. All right, we're gonna get started right now. So start like we usually do. Those of you, everybody should have been on a Zoom with us at this point. We've been on plenty of them, but please adhere to these norms. It's really important. It helps us have a good meeting. Been doing this for a long time now, for 10 months. So please stay on mute, save questions for the end, but also at the same time, I should change that because we love when you ask questions in the chat. So if you have any questions that come up, type them in the chat and we'll address them as they come up. That's a great way to do that. And then if you could, rename yourself by clicking on the 3 dots in the right corner so we know who you are. So if you're like a cell phone, we'd love to know what your name is. And all you got to do is click on 3 dots in the upper right hand corner, and that will rename yourself. All right. And yeah, if you just put your student grade level, name, something like that, that would work just fine. All right. Okay. And perfect timing, Miss Hill. Where are you? Miss Hill, I'm going to make you a co-host so that you can help me let some people in. And Mr. Nancy is too. All right, perfect. All right, so let's get started in prayer, shall we? If you join me. One of the most important things we get to do together as St. Mark family. Let's begin in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. Let's take a moment. Just recognize God's presence in our life, in our breath, in the room that we're in, surrounded maybe by some people we love. And then in this moment, Lord, we ask that you fill our hearts with gratitude for all that is right now. And we thank you in advance for all that will be. In your name we pray, amen. All right, St. Catherine Drexel, pray for us. All right, there she is, way back when. Love this picture. Looking back so we can press forward. We are on the shoulders of giants. Pretty awesome that we get to call ourselves a school. It's 108 years old. All right. So love taking the opportunity. When I get all you guys together, I probably talk too much and I apologize for that. But I love the opportunity to bring us back to some of the stuff we've been talking about. So one thing is we started the year and we asked for 3 commitments. And it's so humbling and awesome to look at them now, 5 months later, and see what a blessing it's been to live all of these out. So the first one was to be grateful to listen to each other's voices after so long apart. When I walk around the school and I walk into a classroom and I hear a student come through the speaker who's, in Albany or somewhere else around the city, but I can hear their voice in there, it is so amazing. To hear like Jaden's voice come through, in 4th grade, or Solomon's voice come through in 2nd grade, or the Tolbert girl's voice come through. That's just a blessing to be able to have the technology to do that. And so I want to honor that. The second thing we asked everybody to commit to was to look beyond ourselves as individuals, to come together as a community to create a remarkable year. It's been a remarkable year. It absolutely has been. I am so honored and humbled and proud of the St. Mark family. You, our parents, our teachers, our students. So much resiliency and also humility in recognizing we can't do things alone. We've leaned on each other. It's been amazing to see. And then lastly, to believe in the power of hope, that our very best days are in front of us. And still, even now, as the virus lingers and is around us, we hold on to that hope with this vaccine coming, continuing social distancing, and doing everything that's given us such a remarkable year thus far at St. Mark. So this is just a thank you for all these commitments and a reminder for what we've committed to and what we'll continue to do. And the St. Mark way has got us there too, to be safe, be respectful, and be ready. Okay, so I want to go over some quick hitters that are usually in the principal corner, but really helpful to just go over. And then we're going to talk about MAP testing. All right. So this Friday is dress down day. It's on the calendar. We got a ton of like dress down, dress up days these 2 weeks, but didn't want to take it off the calendar because it's an opportunity for some joy in January. And I think joy is important in January. So this week we've had picture day thus far. Individual picture days will continue tomorrow and Thursday. That schedule's been sent to you by Miss Hill a couple times. It's in the last couple principal corners. So if you're not sure, look at the principal corner. And it's also noon dismissal this Friday. We'll get into why when we get into the schedule for MAP testing after we tell you about MAP testing. Catholic Schools Week is next week, February 1st through the 5th. And so on Monday, it's career day for essential workers. You can do any career. We want to put an emphasis on essential workers given the year that we've had. I'll dress as a principal. But nurses, doctors, teachers, anybody who works on the front lines, we want to emphasize that. That's kind of the theme. But any career you want, go for it. We want to have joy on that day. Tuesday's Color Wars. Your homeroom teacher will let you know we're choosing this color, and everybody shows up in that color. It's super fun. Wednesday's Disney Day. Dress up as your favorite Disney character, Disney movie. Have some fun with it. Be creative. And Thursday's Pajama Day. Come comfortable. I'm going to change out of my real pajamas and put on fake pajamas. We ask that you do the same. And then Black History Month kickoff February 1st, that Monday. Black History Month is so important to our school. And I've learned that more and more each year. I mean, I love it. It's one of my favorite months in the St. Mark's school year. And so we're going to have an awesome kickoff. We're going to do it on Zoom. Mr. Farmer and Mr. Ellis have been the chairs of that in the past. They're going to continue doing that. And then we'll have daily Black History facts, and we'll still have a culminating type of closing ceremony at the end of February. We're not exactly sure what that looks like because typically what we do is different classes choose to do a performance and some do a project. And we'll do a lot of projects this year. And so you may have one instance where you zoom into the classroom and see your individual class present. And then we'll probably do a whole school one with like select projects that present. It will probably look something like that. But be on the lookout for those calendar invites. And then while you're all here, we're going to talk about NWEA map testing. So let's dig in right into that. Okay, so NWEA, that's an organization. They've created the map test. So let me tell you about them first. The Northwest Evaluation Association, established in 1977. It's a research-based, not-for-profit organization that creates assessments, so tests, for students pre-K to 12. This map test that we use is used by over 9,500 schools in 145 different countries. The Archdiocese of New York has been using this test already. One thing that we use to describe this test is that it's adaptive. So it's done on a computer or an iPad. And as you're taking it, what will happen is no two tests are alike. So if I start getting questions wrong, then what will happen is I'll start getting easier questions because the test is trying to figure out what level I'm at. If I'm getting questions right, I'm going to get more and more difficult questions. And so it's going to increase in difficulty until I get it wrong, basically. And then it'll start keep decreasing. But by the time you've done 5 to 10 questions, the test has an idea of where you're at, and then it'll continue there. It's about 40 to 53 questions, depending on how you're doing with it. And it should take about 50 minutes or less to complete. While I'm on the topic, for kindergarten through 2nd grade, they take 2 tests. They take one math test and one reading test. Each of those tests is about 50 minutes or so. 3rd through 8th grade takes math, reading, and language. Again, 50 minutes for each test roughly. All right. I'm going to show you this video right now. So give me a second. This is something we show the teachers and something the teachers will show the students, especially in the lower grades. There's a different video for the older kids that's more appropriate for them. This is for the younger kids. It's a shorter video. I'm choosing it because it's 2 minutes instead of 4 minutes. But it'll give you the idea.
Hi, welcome to my classroom. I'm Miss Gracie, and this is Eli. Today we're going to do some special work on the computer that helps me know what to teach you next. Are you ready, Eli?
Yeah, I'm ready. How does it work?
You'll hear some questions and get to pick your answer. Pick the choice you think is right. Here's what a question looks like. Can you hear the teacher talking?
He's too quiet.
Click this speaker button to open the slider. Make the volume louder or softer by moving the dot.
With the letter G.
That's better.
You can click anything that has a speaker to listen to it again.
Okay. I think the goat and gift are right.
Good job, Eli. Are you done with that question?
Yup, I think it's right. Let's try another one.
Sure. Click the next button.
You can move.
This
the
one is
mouse
tricky.
to help
I
you
never
guess
saw that kind of math
how
before.
many legs.
That's okay, Eli. We haven't learned this yet in school.
Should I just pick anything?
Look at your choices and pick the one you think it might be.
Maybe it's 16. No, that's too low of a number. And 25 is too high. I think 20 is my best choice.
Good work, Eli. It's okay when a question seems hard. Think about when you jump rope. That was hard when you first tried, right?
It was, but now I can do 17 jumps in a row.
That's great. This test is like jumping rope. When a question gets harder, it's like doing another jump in a row. So keep trying to answer every question and see how far you can go.
Okay, Miss Gracie, I'll try hard when jumping rope and when taking this test. Should I click next again?
That's right, Eli. Click next to keep going.
I think I've got it now. Are you ready for your turn?
Great idea, Eli. Let's practice answering some questions.
All right, so you guys get the gist of that. Two things I wanted to point out from that is it's helpful for the kids to understand in advance that they're going to see questions that they might not learned about yet for two reasons. One is because they might not have gotten to it in the pacing guide yet this year. Like you're taking it in winter, but if you're getting, let's say this kid's in second grade and he's taking the second grade map test, if he's doing pretty well, he's going to continue getting second grade questions that might be things we cover in the spring. So it's a question they might not see yet. Or if you continue to do really well, you might start seeing third grade questions, things that you haven't learned about yet. And so that's one. And then the second one is not to be discouraged when you get harder and harder questions, to recognize, oh, that means I'm doing a good job, right? Okay. All right. So why are we doing this and why are we excited to do this? I'm very excited to do this for two reasons again. In the past, we've only been able to measure student proficiency on the state exam. And we really haven't had any type of benchmark data other than the unit assessments for kindergarten to second grade. And this measure is not proficiency, but student growth. This year, we're going to take the test now in the winter and then again in the spring. This test is given either 2 or 3 times a year typically. We're going to do it twice a year. And so in the future, it might be in the winter and spring or the fall and spring. But what that allows us to do is to see how we're doing as a school in educating your child. Are we growing your child throughout the year? This is an easy, strong way to really get a lot of good data to see how we are doing, and to help the kid to make really strategic decisions to help them in the instruction. And the second reason is there's been a ton of learning loss that people have written about nationally because of the last 10 months in this pandemic. So we really need a benchmark to see where our kids are at right now. And we haven't had that. You know, we have the curriculum that we use. We didn't get to take the state exam last year. So we really need this data to see where our kids at and how are they doing and what can we do to do a better job than what we're currently doing. So that's going to be really helpful to us. Okay. Quick anecdote on that first bullet point too. Way back when I taught 7th grade math and I loved the MAP test at the school I was at. This is a network decision. All the partnership schools are going to be doing MAP. And I'm happy we are because I've used it before in a school and it was really powerful as a teacher, as a student, and as a parent to see. I had a student who was really struggling with 7th grade math and we were doing a lot of different things to try to help him out. And they had come into the school at a pretty low math level. But although they were really struggling with 7th grade math, I could see as a teacher and feel a little bit better that, you know what, we moved this kid from a 4th grade math level to a 6th grade math level in 1 year. That's huge progress. We should feel really good about that. The parent can recognize that, see that, and the student can really look at that and take a lot of heart in the fact that their hard work is paying off, even though their grades might not be where they want them to be. Stuff like that makes a big difference. And that's data that we don't typically get when we only focus on proficiency. Did you get the grade level stuff or not? All right. All right. Here's some more like verby stuff, I would say. So this test is nationally normed, meaning we can compare our students to kids across the country and kids in our local area to see how they're doing comparatively. That's helpful. Like I said before, this isn't a mastery test, it's a growth test. So proficiency, mastery, that's like the state exam. This is a growth test. How are we growing our kids in their learning? And then the other thing is like, how are they doing not nationally, but like to the average? The average fifth grader did this well on this national MAP test this year for the winter session. How did our kids do compared to that? That can tell us a lot about how we're doing with our instruction, with our curriculum. And then it really does break it down into the skills and helps us address those gaps. Like we can see, oh, you know what, they're struggling with this specific skill and standard. There's probably almost too much data, and it's important for us as teachers to focus on like the bits that really can help us the most. There's a ton of data that comes with this. The way we're going to use the data is really important too. So teachers typically get the data and then they want to just dig into it and like the next day change their lessons completely. We are not going to stray away from our pacing guide, our instruction, but we are going to use it to see if there's some kids who are, you know, a group of kids who are significantly behind. Maybe we need to look at our schedule and get that group into a small group for some extra practice with this specific skill that we see them struggling with from our MAP test data, and put that in the schedule and give them at least a month in that small group. Something like that is an example of how we could react to using this. The other way is this, when we say whole picture, this helps us zoom out as a school, as I've been saying, to see how we're educating our kids. So it's not, when you take a test, it's a picture. It's not end all be all. It's like when you go to the doctor and the first thing you do is you get your temperature taken and then they get your blood pressure. They do a lot of different diagnostics and they don't just take one and say, oh, you know, you have a high temperature, you must have this deadly disease. No, that's not the case. We need to do some blood work. We got to dig in a little bit more to this, right? So when we say a snapshot, that's what we mean. This is one diagnostic tool among many, right? All right, so this is really important for our remote learners, and I think we got a lot of remote people on here. Let me first say this, that we really want to encourage you to come in person for this test, if you're able to, unless you're, we've got a couple people who are like out of state or upstate. It is possible to schedule something remote, but if you are available, let me convince you right now that we can do this safely on these specific days, and we want to encourage you to come in person for this test. It'll be a huge help for your child and us as a school, honestly. Okay. So safety precautions, first and foremost. Okay. So the things we already do, like we sanitize all these classrooms twice a day. For when middle school comes in this Friday, we're going to sanitize all of those classrooms between the in-person students leaving and the remote students coming in. We have the electrostatic sanitizer. It's an incredible machine, and any surface that mist touches, which is everything, is immediately sanitized. The particles are electricized; they're static, and so anything they touch, it goes like underneath and around. Everything gets sanitized. So that's number one. Every device that we use is sanitized and charged in between uses. And on that note, if you're a remote person who has a device currently, we ask that you bring that device in, okay? Because then that'll just save us the trouble. You use your own device that's yours, and that'll just save us a little bit of time. Every classroom has an exhaust system now in one of the windows, and it takes all the air in there and blows it outside. That gives us circulation, so there's no stale air in the room. It's a safety measure we take because the virus, can spread when people are in the same room. So that's a really strong thing we do. That has caused us to not have any spread in the school. I want to say that too real quick. We did have one case, and it was from one household. And there was no spread in the school. We haven't had any spread in the school, which is, you know, people following the St. Mark way, staff, students, you guys are families. It's one of the greatest accomplishments we've had. And so we can really feel good about that. And then when our remote students, when you come, you're going to get the same thing that we always have, which is the 5 screening questions. Did you smell and taste your food last night? Any fevers, chills, or aches? Any shortness of breath or trouble breathing? Did you or anyone you were in contact with last week go for a COVID-19 test? Did you have any travel outside of the state? Those. Your temperature is taken. We give you a new mask. You take your mask and you can just put it in your pocket, put it in your bag, whatever. But we give you a new mask. And then all the classes are socially distanced. Oh, thanks, Ms. Presley. Taking care of questions for me. Nice. And good question to the Johnson family. Appreciate you. Good. Ask away. All right. Okay. Logistics continue. Here's the schedule. For in-person, kindergarten through second grades, that's kindergarten, first and second grade, you have 2 tests to take, the math and reading test. Those will be Thursday and Friday from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. ish, roughly, right? It's about 50 minutes. We have an about time there. That's kindergarten through second grade, this Thursday and Friday. In person, 5th through 8th grade. Next Monday, the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, 5th through 8th grade, will take the test from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. I believe they're going to be doing reading, then math, then language. I'm pretty sure that's the order. 3rd and 4th grade are going to go on those same days, but they'll be from 12:30 to 1:30. The reason is the number of devices that we have, and we need time in between to charge the devices and sanitize them. Remote students, this is most of you guys. 6th through 8th grade, you're coming in this Friday for 12:30 to 4 o'clock. You're going to come through, we'll have you come through the main entrance. I'll be there with a thermometer, a touchless thermometer, the same one we've been using. We'll ask you your 5 questions, show you exactly where to go to your classroom. Okay. At 4 o'clock, you'll be picked up after you take your 3 tests. Kindergarten through second grade, kindergarten through 5th grade is going to be next Friday, the 5th. Next Friday, the 5th, February 5th, there'll be no school for in-person learners. Next Friday, the 5th, there'll be no school for in-person learners. Kindergarten through 5th grade remote learners will come for this test in person. And so kindergarten through second grade, you'll come from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's 2 tests for kindergarten through second grade, so you should be done by about 11 a.m. The test will likely get started about 8:30. We give time to get people settled in, get people set up, signed in, all those things. And then 11 a.m. pickup time for kindergarten through second grade. 3rd through 5th grade is 8 a.m. to noon. It's because they have 1 extra test. So 8:30 to 11:30-ish is what we're guessing about how long the test will take. But some students might take a little longer. So noon dismissal for 3rd through 5th grade. I think I saw some stuff in the chat. That's a great question, Ms. Edgehill. Yes, we can definitely share it with you. I think it's a tool that we can use at parent-teacher conferences, stuff like that. But I don't actually have. I don't know if there's a parent report. That's a wonderful question. I want to write this one down and I want to answer it to you specifically. But then I'll also put it in the principal corner this Friday. This is a great question, Ms. Perry. So first of all, let me write this one. So I'm going to get back to parent reports. You guys want to see it? I'm going to give you a specific answer that I cannot give you well right now. And then Ms. Perry, I doubt that they'll end that much early. And so right now I would say, let's just plan on 4 o'clock because it's 3 tests, 50 minutes each. I would say plan on 4 o'clock. I really doubt that they'll get done that early. Okay. And then, third and 4th grade in person is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week from 12:30 to 1:30. Oh, nice, Ms. Ordonez. Better together. Perfect. So we'll be able to, and we send the parents to the mail. Good. So there is a parent report designed specifically for you, and that's something we can get to you. Very unlikely for the test going past noon, Mr. Gilliam. There's 3 tests. If we get started at 8:30, we should be able to finish at noon with those 3 tests, if they're about 50 minutes. Wonderful. Oh, look at Scarborough coming in with it too. Okay, you guys keep answering each other questions because you're the best. Good work. All right. Oh, is that the last one? That's my last slide. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So I'm still going to write something up, and Ms. Ordonez might even reach out to you with your experience with MAP. I'm still going to write something up for the parent report for this Friday's Principal Corner. Yeah, we'll have a slight break between tests. Our remote people, we want to get it all done in that day, so you don't have to come here more than once. You know, we want to get it done in one day. The in-person students will get to do one each day, right? This is not data that high schools ask for, by the way. This is data for us, right? The state exam is something that high schools ask for sometimes. The MAP test is not something that high schools ever ask for. The only thing that you should send the kids with, if you have it, is a device that school issued device. So for instance, if you have an iPad, the iPad that you have already has the MAP test icon uploaded onto it from the school. You have one of our iPads. And so it's easy to come in and use it. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be really great. Oh, yes. Thank you, Mr. Mancia. Every student gets a headphone it's a brand new, like, school issued headphone, and it's theirs to keep. And especially important for kindergarten through 2nd grade. If you notice in that video, the questions are read out loud to the kids. And there's a button to turn up the volume. There's a button to repeat the question, things like that. So every kid gets a set of headphones. So the only thing that you would really need to send them in with is a school issued device if you have one. And dress down, yeah, remote middle schoolers be welcome to come in, dress down. It's a dress down Friday. Very good. I hope you found this informative. We are, if you can't tell, really excited about this opportunity. This is a great tool for our kids and for parents and for teachers. It's just a great tool. And so we'll do it now. This is going to be the first time we've done it as a staff in school, as students. So we'll do rollout speeches. We'll show videos like that to the students, give them pep talks about why they shouldn't psych themselves out, but they should be excited about this. And then also, you know, we're going to do it again in the spring, and it'll be cool to see the growth in the students in that time. Great. Oh, you guys are the best. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. We're going to continue these parent Zoom meetings. We'll do another one in February. There's always something to talk about. So these have been a great tool. I've been telling other schools how useful it's been since May to have parent support and Zoom meetings. So we'll continue doing them. Oh, great question. Salman's mom. So we're going to plan to do a normal, what we've been doing at school. So at 7:15, Ms. Starks, the legend herself, has been in the gym and doing screening there, and the students sit socially distanced in the gym. So if you want to do a early drop off, you're welcome to do that at 7:15. At 7:45, we'll open the main doors, and we have signs and signals of where you can drop those students off. So at 7:45, there's 3 entrances. This is for Friday the 5th. All right, because this Friday is just come through the main entrance. We'll be there waiting for you. Okay. Friday the 5th for kindergarten through 5th grade, 7:45 drop off is when the doors will open, and we ask that you be there. You know, we usually try to close those doors by 8:15, but don't push it to then. Okay, get there before that. Even 8 o'clock would be great. But I'll open those doors at 7:45, and Miss Starks opens the gym door at 7:15. Yep. Thank you. Thank you for these questions, guys. Always bragging on you. You do make us better with these great questions. All right, we get to see Solo. I love it. That makes me super happy. Good, great, grand, wonderful. All right, if you have any other questions, you know what to do. Shoot me an email, give us a call at school. Thank you so much for taking 30 minutes of your time just to be here and learn a little bit about this. It's going to be really exciting. It's going to be great for the school, great for all of us. All right, love you guys. Have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.